Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
All right, Adam.
Hello, Jamie.
All right, another local SEO in 10. A little bit late.
A little bit late, but better late than never. We're okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone, how many complaints have you been getting that people didn't get it on time?
I've actually, Jamie, surprised to hear, I'm sure, had a few emails from people actually wanting to be on the podcast and when they can be on. So maybe on a future episode, we'll be listening or interviewing some interesting people.
Very fun.
Woo!
All right.
Yes.
All right. So what's in your bag of tricks this week?
All right. Today I want to talk about what makes a good Google review. So right now, during the shelter-in-place time in America, Google actually stopped showing new reviews. You could post a review, but it wouldn't appear on the profile for that business. Now, recently, within the last week or so, those reviews are coming back. So they're getting posted. It depends on your industry. It's who knows if they're going to be posted on your business. But if people have been writing reviews, most likely they just haven't been disappearing. They will show up. And so just so you know, if you're writing a Google review right now for one of your favorite businesses, it might not show up right away, but it might. It's so crazy right now with Google.
One showed up on my business out of nowhere.
Yeah, mine too. And these were reviews that were written a month ago. So, what are you going to do?
Just That's like good. This podcast, better late than never.
Yeah, well, now, so I wanted to give you some good tips to when you write a review or when you might ask for a review, some good tips that Google's looking for, especially for local businesses, and that these make a great review. So are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So it's always nice to do a before and after. So before I went to such and such coffee shop, I didn't know what good coffee was. Something like that. So you start off with what happened before.
Okay.
Then now that you've used that service, everything changed. Everything's awesome. You can use some keywords in there that they might enjoy. So if you're, I don't know, an electrician, you would use words like electrical repair, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So next you want to talk about exactly what service was completed for you. Then you want to write in the city that you're in. So we're talking about local reviews for local businesses. That's really important, the city. Mm-hmm. Obviously, what impressed you most about the service. Next would be who actually worked with you. So if you had a tech or you had an employee or a staff member, it's always great to put that person's name in there, mention their name. Next, you want to put in, how do we compare to other services? So if you've tried another electrician, for example, then you would say, this one was licensed, bonded, and insured. It was great. Or they were super communicative. They called us while they were on the way to our house so that we knew exactly what time, unlike other electricians we've had in the past.
Got it.
And last one is something kind of actually that Yelp loves. So you can use this for Yelp. Is there any tips that you would offer that anyone thinking about using that business? So make sure to call them early on a Friday and they'll be there by the Friday afternoon, something like that. Oh, and then last one, add photos. If you have a photo taken with your cell phone, it has something called EXIF data. EXIF data is data that goes along with every photo that tells crazy detailed information about where that photo was taken. So the longitude and latitude. It tells the time it was taken, but the most important information in there.
Let me guess.
Yes, go ahead.
It has how you like your eggs.
Well, if you take a picture of the eggs, yes. But the most important information that Google loves is longitude and latitude.
Oh, so they know where you are.
Right. So if you have a service area business or a business that serves a large service area, more of those are better. So, if you're a solar company, for example, and you do an installation,
that's us.
40 miles away or something outside of your city that your location is, Google loves those because that allows Google to understand that you serve, and it verifies that you serve those other areas. So if you can get those photos into those reviews, home run.
Question.
Sure.
About the photos. So if the customer takes a photo and it's a high res, 4 gigabyte or 4 megabyte photo, and Google only takes a 200 kilobyte image, does that eggs fit?
EXIF data.
How you like your eggs information exif. Is that retained in a smaller photo?
Of course, yes. Now, when those photo limits they're really hard to go over now. So and especially in a review, don't really worry about the size of the photo. Google's most likely not going to turn it down. If you can add, but most important, add those photos.
Okay.
Not just Google, for your other reviews too. I know on Yelp, that helps your review stick. And Yelp, they don't care what the photo is. The EXIF data doesn't really matter, but for Google, it does. Okay. And so if you can even ask people, hey, can you take a photo of our installation, for example, or of the new faucet that we put in for you? Please put it up on our page. Show them, how to do that. You can send them a little, step-by-step instructions or whatever. As long as they can get that photo onto your Google profile, that's gold.
Nice.
And the way your Google My Business listing is set up is you have photos from the business, and then of course you have photos from customers. So those photos from customers, those come from the reviews and also directly uploaded to your listing. Awesome. Totally awesome. So we want to make sure that it's just so powerful that if you have anyone who can do that, then especially if you're in a service industry like solar, you want to have a ton of those up there, because you can bet if you're not doing that, your competitors are, because they know the power of these. So if you're serving customers, say you're a chiropractor, then if you can, just like with any other business, have your customers or your patients upload those photos. So we want to have a great mix of photos from the business and from your customers.
That sounds great. Sounds like easy peasy.
It does. Now, as a business owner, when somebody does write a review, of course, what do?
Respond,
bonsai. That's right. You want to respond. And, you can put in those keywords that you think people are using in your response. Those responses, it's been shown that those do help your ranking within Google. So that's awesome. So we want to make sure we respond to those reviews, use our keywords. That's why whatever makes us the top solar company in whatever county. that kind of stuff. Make sure that in your responses, you always have a few of your keywords. You don't just go, thank you, we're the solar company, but make it natural, because it is going to be seen by that person. They feel valued and validated. So that's awesome. So they'll repeat. You want to make sure that you never leave reviews unreplied to.
Well, and it seems there's so many, like a hairdresser, for example, if they had 50 clients and 50 reviews, I think they would be or a real estate agent. Holy cow. It always baffles me when I go into Yelp and search real estate and there's like one review or just, a picture that somebody took with, their camera from 1986. And so anyway.
It's baffling to me when I see this in my industry. So you you have internet marketing services with no reviews.
Yep.
But they're selling it.
All right.
Anyway, whatever. That's the way it goes.
Anything else you wanted to add? Because I wanted to ask you one last thing.
Nope. That's all I got for what makes a good Google review.
So last week you did a webinar on how to do a podcast. How did that go?
That's right. Thank you. We did a great webinar. It was about an hour. It was an over-the-shoulder seminar where I went through step by step, very quickly, of course, because there's a lot of steps involved, in how people can create their own podcast for their business and bring in new business and establish them as an authority and increase their ranking on Google. So it was awesome. It was really fun to do. I'm going to be obviously doing more as time goes on. So if you're a solopreneur, you can do a quick search on YouTube for that seminar. We made it public. You can also just go to our website, magnifiedmedia.com. Check out, you'll see a pop-up that'll give you access to that video. Go check it out. If you're interested in making your own podcast, it's never been easier, and there's no better time than now.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that sounds great. Anything else you want to leave us with?
That's all I got for today.
All right. That sounds great. So if you enjoy this podcast, make sure to share it out with your fellow business owners. There is a new site called Alignable, and boy, oh boy, it's kind of networking for businesses, but it's online. So if you're on that, make sure to share out this podcast. Lots of great information.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jamie.
All right. And rate and review, of course. Have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.